Hello everyone, welcome to a new ASMR video. I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be talking about synchronicities. It's a topic that I've always loved, and I think synchronicities are where I stopped, where I started believing in myself. It's not even, once you believe in yourself, I feel like you can believe in everything, and everything could be possible. I don't know how to say it, but I grew up in a really limiting household when it comes to thinking, and for me personally, I think it's kind of a disconnection when you're like that. But once you open and you notice and you be out there, you can feel how everything is like interconnected, and that's what I love, the interconnectedness and the consciousness kind of topics related to consciousness and physics, when it's with it, when all science are related to this unseen force. And I do believe truly that it is the case. I think the modern world has kind of severed that, and I don't think it's the correct way of looking. I love when it's all together and all honored, because I do believe in synchronicities and non-coincidental, unusual occurrences. I do believe in other entities and other, let's say, spirits and things like that. And it's not in a way that promotes me like projecting things. It's just how it is. It's just my own experience and how I lived made it really the case. And before the month of September, I've always experienced synchronicities, and that's where I started actually know more about my interest and open more about things and kind of lose that fear of limitation little by little. Of course, it's for me always it's like that. So, and synchronicities opened me to explore, trust, even if it makes me feel crazy, you know. But I'm grateful to have, just trust myself, like even a little bit at that time. So let's just say, this month, like the other day, I was on YouTube and I got this video recommended about this author called Michael. He wrote the book The Holographic Universe, and I listened to the whole interview. It was around an hour or so, and I really loved it. Like, I like this guy. He's talking about it, and he trusts it. He doesn't show any flinch or distrust. He talks about it in a beautiful way, and when he's relating his life, it just confirms what I've always believed, that nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with us. And his life made it possible for him to be able to write about these things. He grew up in a family that believed in all these things, and he experienced himself these occurrences, and he never grew up with much judgment around those kind of topics. So he's just made for it. He had his own experiences, astral projection, so on, so on and on, like a lot of things, which things actually I was interested in, and I'm still interested in, but it's not about me right now. But yeah, it got me into reading this book, which I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna read, if you don't know what synchronicities are, I'm gonna read like definition. Synchronicity, a concept coined by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung in the 1920s, refers to meaningful coincidence where unrelated events align in a way that feels profoundly significant without any apparent causal link. Jung viewed these as glimpses into the interconnectedness of the psyche and the universe, often tied to archetypes or the collective unconscious, while skeptics attributed them to confirmation bias, our tendency to notice patterns that fit our expectations. Many people report them as transformative experiences. Sometimes certain synchronicities would be like that, like we're thinking about something and it starts to appear more than usual and you don't see anything around it that makes you, like, you just have to be curious and explore yourself. And some synchronicities are happening because you're going through something, and you need to be experiencing those things, or they're signaling something. So in the book I kind of read two, but I can't recall them like in a perfect way, so I hope you understand. I think Jung started recording the synchronicities that happened to his clients because he's a psychiatrist, and I think he knows mythology and he links it. So yeah, and even for me this month and the prior to this month, like in August, synchronicities were like coming heavy to me. Probably prior to that, maybe since August, I don't know, or probably since July, I don't, but they were like so gradual and they became intensified at one point. And I've experienced synchronicities before, like I always did, but sometimes I wouldn't. It depends on what I'm going through. And then this book appeared the other day. I mean, me watching the interview of Michael, and then I wrote this book, oh my god, and then I read this book, I started reading it, I'm still reading the book, I'm still in the beginning too, I have to mention that. And yeah, now mentioning all these things, I'm gonna try to recall Jung's instance of synchronicities and his clients. So I think once he was treating this schizophrenic man, and this man was looking at the window and trying to explain something. He was explaining an image that actually later on Jung discovered that it exists in the Persian, I think, textbooks, like old textbooks. And he really thought, wow, what a coincidence. But you know, it comes back again to the synchronicities and the interconnectedness, and how there's one unitive realm that has everything in it, images and archetypes and people and the whole thing. And the other instance is he had this client. They used to always go to him, and he noticed that she was stuck beyond, like he thought she would be better, but she was still suffering from the same thing. And he was thinking that day, wow, this lady been going and appearing to those therapy, like going to those therapy sessions, and she doesn't show any significant improvement or any improvement at all. And there was this day that she appeared to the session, she attended it, and she was like talking about a dream she had and explaining that she saw this insect. And he was thinking, oh, this insect is actually related to ancient Egypt, and it symbolizes rebirth, renewal of some sort. I don't really remember, but it's rebirth, new beginnings. I don't remember it exactly. So then, all of a sudden, they hear this noise and they look at the window. Guess what there was on the window? This exact insect. It was like on the window. They looked at it and they were so surprised. And ever since, Jung noticed that this lady has improved. She's doing better. I guess it was like a transformative coincidence. Like it was a coincidence, but it was like pointing at transformation, kind of transformative, signaling transformation. And there are other synchronicities that comes out of the blue and they have no meaning sometimes. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I love those kind of talks and topics. It's weird sometimes to some coincidence or synchronicities come with certain people and that you don't know why. Like you just meet this person and you experience a lot of coincidence with them, like synchronicities. And sometimes it's just related to a topic, or sometimes you want to learn something and all of a sudden somebody comes to you and talk about it that you know, and you're like, wow, I was trying to think about this topic all day. Or like somebody will recommend a book and you'll read it and you'll be like, wow, that's what I was searching for. That happened to me, like where I would be reading a book because I'm going to talk about it, or like I'm going to share it with a group or something, and let's say school, anything, and I would read this book and I will find answers that I was thinking about. Are they really answers? An absolute, I don't know, but they give you an answer at that moment. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating topic. I love those topics related to consciousness and the whole thing. If you have any experiences or you have books that you would recommend about these topics, I would love to hear it. Thank you all for watching again. I have a donation link in the description box down below. If you would love to support me, I would really appreciate it. I'm sending you so much love. Goodbye.